So I've been reading a lot about sort of pre and post surgery mental health and the emotions that go around making this huge decision to have an elective surgery. And I do know that it's very, very common, the emotions I'm going through right now. I am super, super excited, but I have moments of really questioning whether or not this is really what I want to do. Not that I question if I want to do it, but sort of like, is it selfish of me? To spend this money on myself. Heaven forbid something should go really wrong, like my children. I worry about my children and my husband and like who will take care of them. I worry about like if I'm going to like how it looks, if my recovery is going to go well, if I'm going to have any major disasters. Is my husband going to like it? My husband's like, hey, you don't need to prep me. He's like, I understand and I know. I'm like, okay, but really though, like, do you understand that I'm going to have like a hip to hip incision and like I'm going to have scarring around my breast and that it could take like even a year for those to really start to look nice. And he's been very, very sweet and very reassuring and understanding of it all. And I mean, I've been prepping myself as well and sort of looking at myself in the mirror when I've been naked this last few weeks and sort of saying goodbye to my body in its current state and sort of what it looks like now, because in the next few weeks, my body is going to dramatically change. My breasts are going to dramatically change. My stomach's going to dramatically change. And I'm also just sort of looking back on it and reflecting on all the amazing things my body has done. And I'm very thankful to my body. Like I look at my breasts and although they're large and deflated now. I remember nursing my two children and I remember at one point, loving my breasts and being very flattered by their size and their fullness. And I'm very happy that they worked very well for me in my breastfeeding relationship with the kids. And so when I look at them and I look at my stomach that bore my two beautiful children and like the miracle of life and what my body has gone through bearing my two children and nursing them, I'm very appreciative to my body and grateful of, how it served me up until this age. But I also know that there are changes that I really need and want to make for myself, and I deserve it. I've been talking about a tummy tuck literally since probably even before I had kids, and the breasts were not something initially I was ever thinking about doing. Like I said, I always really liked my breasts. I had nice, full, big breasts, but they really did change with my weight loss and after having my two kids and nursing them. So I know that these emotions that I'm going through right now are really, really normal, and so I'm continuing to try to embrace them and acknowledge them. But ultimately, I know that this is the right decision and I'm super, super excited. I'm looking forward to sort of this summer when we're at our trailer and I'm in a bikini and I'm feeling much more confident about myself in my body. And I look forward to enjoying sort of the new body and the new me and all of the hard work I've put in to get to this spot. And I'm also been researching and I'm very aware that post-surgery, it's also very common for me to have some post-surgery regrets, some post-surgery depression even is very common. I have a lot of experience in perinatal mental health and mood disorders just in some of the work I do with the Life of the Baby organization. And what I'm reading about post-surgery blues to me is very reminiscent of postpartum depression and postpartum blues. So once again, I prep myself for that. I've prepped my husband for that. He knows sort of the signs to look out for. I know the signs to look out for. And I'm planning to just be mindful and kind to myself and realize that this is a journey and I'm going to think really far out and I'm going to know that, although my initial recovery might be 2 to 3 weeks, I'm really giving myself till this summer, which is going to be even like up to 6 months to really come to terms with what my new body looks like. And I'm so excited for it. So if you are going through any sort of pre-surgery emotions and even post-surgery emotions, and I'll come back and talk about this topic more after my surgery, just know that they're very, very normal. But remember your reasons why you started this journey and focus on the goal and focus on, this hot new body that you're going to end up with. And I'm sure that you've made the right decision for yourself and you deserve it.
On the topic of pre-surgery emotions, y'all never guess the most vivid dream I had last night. And it's funny because I don't dream or if I do, I don't remember them ever. Maybe I just sleep really heavily. But last night I had the most vivid dream about my surgery. And the good news is that it was like really, really good. It was really reassuring. So I don't know whether it was like God's way of sending me a message that like everything is gonna be okay. But I had like this really bizarre dream that I had already had my surgery and I was just in love with my boobs and I was in love with my stomach. So weird to say, but like I loved them. And I was just having a dream about like caring for my incisions, and like everything looked really, really good. And I just remember like taking off old, gauze and bandages and like getting fresh ones from my cupboard and like putting them on. And I remember like taking my binder off and like washing my binder. And then I remember like waking up in a panic because I thought that I had forgotten to put my binder back on in the middle of the night. Like I had gone for a shower, washed my binder, put on my pajamas and forgot to put my binder back on. And I was just having like these phantom sort of pains, like, oh, like I'm starting to swell, I need to get my binder back on. And it's just so bizarre because I've never gone through plastic surgery before. And I mean, I know these are things to be expected. So I would imagine that those feelings are very, very true and real. But it's just bizarre. Like I've never had anything like this before. So how would my body know that feeling? And the fact that I woke up and I was in my dream wearing the right pajamas and everything that I have ready for my surgery. And I was literally starting to feel like I was getting swollen, and I woke up in a panic thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot to put my binder back on after my shower. So anyhow, y'all, the pre-surgery feelings and emotions are legit real, and I don't know if they're just more heightened right now because I'm closer to my surgery date. Like I'm literally a month away now. Actually, what's the date today? I think yesterday was the 1 month. Oh my God. Guys, I'm 1 month before my surgery. Maybe that's it. Plus, I'm supposed to be on my period. I was supposed to come on my period like last week. I still haven't come on it. Don't worry, I'm not pregnant. My tubes are tied. My cycle's just a mess. Anyhow, so yeah, I think I'm just a bottle of extra emotions right now. And I wanted to share with you that you may end up with very vivid dreams about your surgery. And you know what? I hope yours are positive. Mine was overall very positive. I was happy. They gave me really good insight into sort of what to expect. So the countdown is on, guys. 1 month till my surgery. And I hope you've enjoyed this segment on sort of pre-surgery emotions.